Alien Earth has now premiered with its first 2 episodes, and this show was one of my most anticipated shows of the year. So did it deliver with this premiere? Let's talk about it. And essentially, this feels like an Alien movie, but as a show instead. It's expanding everything even more because it's a show. It's building out all these different concepts more because it's a show. If it was a movie, we know the movie pacing, it'll just kind of introduce it and move on. But since it's a show, it's really taking its time and expanding on each individual idea. Because you have 8 episodes to tell it, you have like an hour each episode to expand on that idea. And that's exactly what they do so far in these first 2 episodes. And the alien moments are by far the best moments of the entire show. Because obviously that's one of the reasons why going into a show like this is for those horror elements. And the show absolutely did deliver on those horror elements so far. Just every scene that we do get with Alien is the best scenes in the entire show, and I can't wait to see what other horror scenes they decide to do in like the finale, for example. Now I am very interested in the main character story, and with that, a bunch of other story elements. I'm not hooked, but I'm interested in the story, and I want to see how it continues on in other episodes. Curiosity wants me to watch the show even more because I'm curious to see what they continue to do with the show. What other horror elements do they decide to add? How does this story continue to unravel with this main character? Because a lot of things episode 1 set up is about the main character, which is why out of these 2 episodes, I like episode 1 more just because it's all that setup for the main character. But since these first 2 episodes really set up everything, I can't wait to see what episodes 3, 4, and etc. do. Because this time, it should be more alien. It should be more of that horror elements that you want. These first 2 episodes had a lot of alien, but I'll dive into something later on why that didn't really work for me. But a lot of the different story elements and a lot of different alien elements make me want to continue watching the show even more. But real quick, if you want to help me reach my goal of 1K by the end of the year, consider subscribing. Let's continue. Now, if you guys are new here, what I do for shows is I reveal the first 2 episodes as like the premise, my initial thoughts, but then I don't reveal the show again until it actually wraps up. So these are only my first thoughts of the show so far, and I'm feeling that the concept of alien on Earth is wasted so far. Like I said, it's only the first 2 episodes, a lot could change, but if the entire show is just what these first 2 episodes showed us, the concept of alien coming to Earth is completely wasted. When you're watching a show called Alien Earth, I expect alien to be like all around Earth. Attacking cities, humans, all of that. All that happens is a ship crashes from space into a city, but so far all we see is alien on the ship. He hasn't even exited the ship or anything. So, if he never leaves the ship and actually starts attacking the city, I'm gonna be a bit disappointed because, like I said, Alien Earth, I want to see more Earth, not being on the ship. Because we could have done that ship in space. We don't have to be on Earth for that to happen. Make something that only Alien can do on Earth. So this show stands out more. If you're just rehashing everything we've seen before, but on Earth instead, there's nothing new there. So I'm wishing that this show is gonna add something to do with Alien actually on Earth and how that impacts the Earth, instead of just a rehash, but on Earth instead. Now the show feels a lot more expanded out. One of the things I like that I just mentioned is that it feels like a movie but a show, so a lot of these plot points are now expanded out. But because of that as well, a lot of things were just feel like we're wasting runtime because we have to expand it out into a show. I feel like there was 10 times more things we could have done with the runtime instead of fleshing out this random character over here when I want to see this stuff over here. Now, yet again, it's only the first 2 episodes. A lot of those different stuff could go somewhere else, but only for these first 2 episodes. That's my complaint right now. We'll just have to see what the rest of the show does. Now, it feels like Alien is forced in half the time. Those scenes are the best scenes in the show so far because I love that horror stuff they add in there. But a lot of it feels like, hey, we need a horror scene. Let's have Alien show up. I wish it didn't feel like that, but most of it does feel like that. And if this was a movie, a lot of those scenes would be cut out to actually focus on the main characters. So I'm hoping, although the alien scenes are the best part of the show so far, I'm hoping that they make the alien scenes actually have matter. Now, a lot of the alien scenes in here I love, but we could have definitely cut out a huge chunk of them and still been fine. Now, like I mentioned, we don't know where this is going. This is only the first 2 episodes. My thoughts could very much change by the time the show wraps up. So this is my first thoughts on these first 2 episodes. I like it, but a lot of things I'm not exactly sure on the direction that they're going to go down. I have to wait till episode 3 or 4 to fully feel my thoughts of the show, eventually till it wraps up. Hope this show wins me over. Hope we see more of Alien actually on Earth. But for now, it's only the first 2 episodes, and that's all I can really judge at the moment. If you like this video, maybe these ones on the side will see you too. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.